Welcome in, guys. Today I'm going to be showing you a no-nonsense Easter egg guide to the map Citadelle Demure. I did this solo, but you can do this solo or with a party. It doesn't matter. I just have one question for you before we start.
Will you do it?
Okay, to get started. Now, in your loadout, doesn't matter what gun and melee weapon you have because you're going to end up switching out your gun anyway for the ray gun and the GS45's packed. The Ether Shroud is absolutely necessary. The Molotov cocktails you want to start out with and don't use them because you're going to need them in order to upgrade the fire sword. The shock charge is just really helpful. It doesn't really matter what your tactical is. I end up throwing this at the first Doppelgast when I open up Pack-a-Punch. For perks, we're going to go with Perkaholic, Wonder Bar, and Raindrops, as well as Idolize and Shields Up. These are probably the best perks that I found for this Easter egg solo. Okay, to start, you're going to go up the ramparts, and you're going to rotate this cannon that's all the way at the top. You're going to aim it at the front door of the Citadel, and then you are going to hit fire. That's going to open up the Citadel for you. Once you make your way in, you are going to access the right door. And then again, you're going to access the right door. And you're going to make your way all the way through the basement. Once you see these three locks, you're going to shoot them and kill the Doppelgast. I like to throw my shock charge because the tactical equipment's useless because of all the incantations that are in this map. But once you kill him, he's going to drop a blood Ethereum crystal. You're going to place that in the glowing red orb. This is going to allow you to get Pack-a-Punch. Keep making your way through the Undercroft and the sitting room. Now you're going to open up a full loop. You can do this by around 7. By round 10, you're going to get these guys with buckets on their heads. You need to kill them, and they're going to drop a stamp, which I just picked up. You can trade these stamps in the dining hall for a base sword. Each of these statues have a different sword. We're going to start with the Stag sword. We need 3 Thunder Rods. First one is going to be on the nature path. The second one is going to be a melee kill with the sword in one of these 3 rooms on the bottom. The Undercroft, I've gotten it 1 time. The Double room, I've gotten it 1 time. The dungeon, I've gotten it like 8 times. So when you guys start this, just start in the dungeon room, get the sword, and get 1 melee kill, and you should be able to get your Thunder Rod right here. Yeah, first zombie I kill, Thunder Rod. Now I need Dead Wire for this 3rd one, and you're going to go down towards the alley ascent. Once you shoot this fuse box, it's going to send a charge up to this weather vane and drop the 3rd lightning rod. You're going to go up to the ramparts, and you're going to insert all 3 of those Thunder Rods into this vase, and bad weather is going to start. Now, there seems to be no trigger for this, but basically just stand next to the vase, and every time your sword gets electrified, you're going to whack the vase, and you need to do this 3 times. Once you do it 3 times, you can insert your sword into the vase, and then it is going to pop out your upgraded sword. Once you do that, make your way down to the barn by Deadshot, and there's going to be a little horseshoe on the upper wall right here. That's Otto's horseshoe, which you need. Don't forget to talk to Krafft. Open this door because you're not going to be able to progress in the Easter egg without talking to this guy. The next step on the Stag is going to be getting in this cannon right here, and just somewhere either in the Nature's Path or in the Village Ascent, there's going to be a cloud with the Pegasus Horseshoe. And then this is going to be the item that you need to charge your souls inside of the yellow circle in the spawn. So in this area, you'd basically just need to use your sword and kill as many zombies as you can. I think it's about 10 to 15. It's really not hard. But once you kill about 10 to 15, your incantation is going to come out of the ground, and then you just have to hit the incantation with your sword. It's going to open. That's very important. If you don't hit it with your specific sword, you will not have access to that incantation, and you're going to have to do like a million laps running back and forth and make sure you have the right sword to hit the right incantation. Next, I'm going to be popping my Wonder Bar here because I'm going to get my ray gun nice and early. The ray gun is like almost necessary for this boss, especially on solo. It just does so much damage triple packed. Now that we finished the Stag sword, we're going to put it away, and we are going to grab the next sword that I like to do in this order. We're going to do the Raven sword. So I like to do these swords in order of most annoying to least annoying. You're going to go around the Alchemy Lab, and you're going to click on all these bookshelves, and you're going to find the antiquity item, which is going to be the item required, also on this table right here, which is going to be the item required to start the puzzle. So you're going to get it. I found this picture online on Reddit. It's mostly accurate with the exception of the correction that I made in the bottom right. That green triangle needs to change over 1. But just put this in. You're going to hit use a bunch of times, and then you're going to hit the different keys, and you're going to spin the 2 dials. And once you spin the 2 dials correctly to where the green arrow is on the bottom where the sword is, it's going to give you a prompt, and then it's going to start this orb phase. This orb phase is the puzzle shoots out these purple orbs that if they touch you, they will explode. But basically, there's 3 holes in the ground, and you need to fill them with 3 of these explosive orbs. As soon as the 3rd one goes through, the pink orb is going to shoot up, and it's going to create another hole on the upstairs. So you just need to follow it the entire way. It's pretty easy. Just make sure you have 1 zombie left. If you have a bunch of zombies, this step is really, really annoying. But the orbs can come from different directions, and they will hurt you. They'll explode, so Make sure that you're dodging them as well as following them along. Up here, make sure you're killing the zombie that's against the wall. There's usually like a free zombie here, but he can wake up and kind of ruin things for you. Once you get your third void hole filled, you are going to follow it back down to the puzzle. It's going to enter the puzzle, and then this is going to create the dark rift. You're going to run up to it, hit use, and then your sword is going to fall down into that dark rift, and then it's going to come up as the upgraded Raven Sword. Once you grab the Raven Sword, you need to head back down to the Double room where Pack-a-Punch is and go down this slide. At the end, you're going to see this light. That's how you know you're on the last bend. Shoot this Raven right at the end. As soon as you hit it, you're going to run into the spawn and shoot it out of the air. This is going to drop the Raven's Talon, which is what you need to charge the Raven's yellow circle, which is going to be in the Undercroft. Once you make it into the Undercroft, you're going to place the Talon in this yellow circle right here to the right, and you're just going to charge it up with souls. So you can just use the special ability on your soul or just whack a bunch of zombies, but you're going to charge it up and your dark incantation is going to come out of the ground. Once that does, make sure you whack it and then pick it up, and you're going to put that sword away. That sword is done. Next sword we're going to do is the Lion Sword. These 4 glowing parasites are going to pop up. You're going to hit one, and it's going to make your sword glow. Once this happens, you need to run down into the village ascent. There's this little side alleyway, and you need to whack the door, and a symbol will appear on the door. You need to rinse and repeat this 4 times. So here's my second one. I whack the door again, symbol goes on the door. I hit a third one, I go down, symbol on the door. Fourth one right here, whack it, and put the symbol on the door. Hit use on the door, and it's going to do a little knocking thing. You're going to go down to this section. If you mess up, you could just burn around, and, you know, another glowing parasite will come up. Put the sword inside of this pedestal, and there'll be symbols on this pedestal. So the first one is a circle with a dot in the middle of it. You need to shoot it. It's a little glitched right now. But the next one is going to be this little snowflake looking thing, and the next one is going to be this arrow, and then the next one is going to be this little circle with a line in it. Once that's done, the sword is going to be fully upgraded, and you need to pick it up. Once your sword's upgraded, you need to hit all of these emerald light beams that are in the mess hall. You're just going to keep shooting them in the order that I'm shooting them in. You just need to hit them at the right angle. If it's not working, just stand at a different angle in the room. You'll kind of understand how you can hit these to angle these. You'll know that you did it correctly when the faded red beam turns into a dark red beam. But this is going to allow you to pick up the Paladin's Cooch, and you're going to take that Paladin's Cooch and put it in the yellow circle in the mess hall. Again, you're going to be charging this circle with souls, and then you're going to get the light incantation for this. Once you kill all of them, the incantation is going to come out of the ground, and then you're going to whack it again, and you're going to take the light incantation. Now we're going to do our 4th and final sword, which is the Dragon Sword, the easiest sword to do. Once you grab the sword, you're going to put it in the top floor of the entrance hall. There's a map above this dragon, but I'm just going to show you where the cauldrons are. The first one is down the nature's path right outside of spawn. You need to grab it, run all the way back to the dragon. Now, you're going to be set on fire and burning and losing health the entire way. You will go down. The only way to recharge your health is by getting kills. So periodically along the way, don't rush. Just take your time. Like, these little NPC zombies with purple eyes spawn the entire way. It's really easy once you figure this step out. But basically just rinse and repeat. There's another one that's in spawn, and make sure you're just punching zombies on the way up, and you'll make it the entire way. The first time I did this, I had like quick revive and stamina up and juggernog, and I thought that's how you did it. But no, literally just run and just punch zombies, and you'll make sure you get full health every time you punch a zombie. Once it's done, pick up the sword, and then you are going to make sure you have enough Molotov cocktails. This is why we brought them into the game. There's these 3 pyres, these 3 wood piles, one which is right above, the second one is above here. Now, I messed this one up because I backed up a little bit, but you can also charge up your sword and set the pile on fire. The third one is going to be off to the right here in the distance. Once you light these 3 up, these fireballs will come out of the pyres and create a doppelgast. Once you kill this doppelgast, then you're going to get Raz Khan.
That'll fucking work.
Once you pick that up, go down into the courtyard, and you're going to place it into this yellow circle. Again, we need to charge this with souls in order to get the fire incantation. And again, you don't need to stand directly on the circle or even near it. You can be like anywhere in the courtyard to do this. You're going to put the sword away. Now, this is really important. Unless you have the world's best memory, you need a pen and paper next to you. As you can see, the top line is going to be all of my symbols that I need. The second line are all my traps that I need. And then the fourth, all the way on the right-hand side, is going to be the order of the incantations that I need. You need a pen and paper for this Easter egg. You need it, okay? So the first one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are symbols that I need to hit in the Undercroft, but I need to get these symbols from the bar that is in the spawn. So we're going to make our way down to the spawn. There are going to be these little vases that you're going to run around and hit use on, and a symbol is going to pop out. They are numbered in Roman numerals. So what I do on solo is just pause. So 1 is going to be on the bar right here, this little steering wheel. 2 on the white tablecloth. 3 is going to be the little sprinklers. 4, male sign. 5, Libra sign. 6 is going to be the 3 dots. Now I'm going to go to the Undercroft. I need melee macchiato to punch this wall. Once I punch this wall, these symbols are going to pop out. I need to hit them in order. Every time I hit a symbol, it's going to rearrange the symbols. So just to annoy you, basically, if you're solo, because you're going to have to run a zombie around. But you're just going to keep circling around. You're going to hit all 6. If you mess up the code, no big deal. But you do need to hit 6 codes before you can restart. The 7th code that you hit is going to restart the new sequence of codes. Remember that. So if you mess up, it's not going to restart, but you are going to have to hit 6 total, even though they're wrong. And then once you get all 6 correct, this red orb is going to come out, and it's going to hit this next section, which is going to open up a book. Now you need 4 pages for that book, which you can do at any point in time in the map, but it's easier at this point in step because the pages are on fire. You see the glowing red orb. So you're going to go in the sitting room and look around. I mean, they're just kind of everywhere. There's generally like 8 to 12 spawns, but they're really easy to find. Just run around this room. You don't need a guide for it. You can do this very early in the map before you even get your first sword, but it's easier to do it later because they're literally lit up with red, bright symbols on the pages. Once you get the 4 pages, go back to the Undercroft, and you're going to put them in the book. Now, in order, top left, top right, bottom right. These are the order of the traps that you need to set and charge souls in them. The traps around the map have specific symbols on them. So right here in the Village Ascent, I have my first one, which was the eye with 2 circles. The second one is going to be right here in the courtyard. I have my little eyelashes on it. My 4th one is on Nature's Trail with the 4 spikes sticking out of it. My 5th one is in the sitting room with 8 spikes sticking out of it. And there are going to be 3 or 4 other traps, and make sure that you are hitting the correct traps in the correct order. Make sure you're doing this at the beginning of a round, or if you have like more than 10 to 15 to 20 zombies still left in the map, because if you have like 8 zombies left or whatever, and you hit this and try and do this, you're basically, the trap is going to run out, and you're going to have to wait for that trap cooldown to end. You don't fail it. It's just annoying because you have to circle around the map and wait for the trap to cool down. But you're going to do these 4 traps in order. It's really easy, this step. This is nothing like the Shadows of Evil flag step. This is because as soon as the enemies come into this circle, they become like really slow and kind of paralyzed. But there's no items to pick up once you complete it. Just once you complete it, the trap will go away very prematurely. That's how you're going to know. And then the last, my 4th one is going to be in the sitting room. And again, just rinse and repeat. I'm just going to stay inside of the circle. If you're out of the circle and kill a zombie, it's not going to count. You can use your special ability on the sword, doesn't matter. You're going to go down the stairs and hit this wall right here, hit use on it. And that's going to reveal all of the signs that you need for the next step. See the red orb just left the last trap and hit that wall. It's going to release 4 symbols. So clockwise, starting from 12 o'clock, you need to go in order. I have dragon on the top, stag on the right, lion on the bottom, and raven on the left. This is the order in which I need to hand the swords to the statues in. You're going to grab the sword and the correlating incantation. You're going to run up to that statue. You're going to use the incantation, hit the inspect button, and then you're going to hand the sword to the statue. If you do this correctly and in the order, the statue is going to salute you, and then it's going to glow yellow. That's how you know that you completed it correctly. If you mess up, you can just try it again. The incantations do have a cooldown, but make sure you're doing it in the order that was on the wall. So I'm going to incantation it, inspect the weapon. You don't need to let the inspect finish completely, but as soon as you know that you're inspecting it because it starts flipping it around or something, then you're going to hand it to the statue. The statue will salute you, and then it will start glowing yellow. Once you finish all of the statues, then it is going to create a mystic orb in the ceiling. And then that mystic orb is going to slowly come down, and you're going to pick this up. And now you need to charge the Mystic Orb at 4 different sections of the map with all 4 different swords. I like to grab the Lion Sword first because I grab them on levels of annoyance. You don't need to stand in these green orbs because as soon as you stand in them, a green orb is going to get sent to that orb. So you just need to literally run through them. I see all these guides on the internet where these people are standing inside of these orbs. Once you see the big red circle happen, that means that it is charged. You can put the sword away and grab your next sword. The next sword I like to do is the dragon sword. Make sure you pick up the orb We're going to go down into the courtyard right here. It's a little bit off next to that trap that you charged. And again, grab the fire incantation. You do need elemental kills. So for the light sword, you just needed to run through those things. But for the other 3, you do need elemental kills. We're going to put it away. We're going to do the next sword, which is the stag sword. Go to the spawn, put it in there. You don't have to do these in a particular order, but I did them on levels of how annoying they are. So I wanted to create the most amount of space for the more annoying ones. This one in spawn is pretty annoying just because the incantation for this doesn't really do much and doesn't really kill much. So you have to whack enough zombies to charge up your sword enough to use your special ability to charge it up. You're going to put it away. Last one is going to be Raven, okay? The Raven sword now, you're going to go into the Undercroft and put it in the wall here. Again, you are going to need void kills or shadow kills. So you need to either use the dark incantation, which is pretty nice to use actually, group them up and just throw that incantation and they'll all spawn from the ceiling and drop. As soon as that red circle goes, pick it up, you're done. Now you're going to put that orb in the wall where the 4 emblems are. Once you wait a few seconds, the wall is going to open and then you can start the ancient recording where this ghost is going to appear and just basically start shaming you. He tells you that you need to pass a final test and then you need to grab the guardian key from off of the table. You don't have to listen to this, but it's good storyline content if you're interested in the storyline of all of the Easter eggs.
You must first defeat the amulet's guardian.
Once you grab it, make sure you're prepared now. Now, I switch my point gun with the GS45s, and I get Shadow Rift on it, max upgrade them. The reason why I bought it so late is because it comes purple off the wall. Make sure that you have a self-revive, armor plates, monkeys, and your lethal grenade literally doesn't matter at all. Make sure all of your guns are triple packed. If they're not triple packed, you need to burn more rounds and get your guns triple packed. That's why I was done with all the steps by round 20, but I burned until round 31. There's a max ammo in the Village Ascent window right here, which is pretty nice after you're farming all of your money and your points and everything. You're going to place the guardian key in front of the statue in the spawn, and then a cutscene is going to happen. The statue is going to come to life. He's going to smash down a portal, and then basically anywhere you're standing in that portal, he's going to automatically suck you into the boss's lair. And I do have to say, this is like a very cool animation and cool boss. Good job, Treyarch. Okay, so once you spawn into the lair, he's going to do like his little AFK lava spitting thing. Don't shoot him like I did, like an idiot. Okay, but very important. He has 3 different attacks. One of them is going to be like an earthquake fire blast like this, where he hits the ground and a big fire blast happens. Another one is spitting 3 balls of fire, which is lava. The third one is either running or jumping to stomp on you, which is a one-hit kill. The first phase of the boss, you need to hit him in the shoulders. Even when he has the shoulder pad on, it's going to critical. The second phase, you're going to hit him in the elbow, hit the elbow pads off, hit the glowing spot. The fourth phase, you're going to hit him in the ankles. Make sure you hit that armor off and hit him in the ankles. And in the fourth phase, you can still hit him in the ankles, but also in the head. I found I can get some critical hits there as well. So starting out in this fight in the first phase, you can see 548, 548, and I got that random 5484 even with hitting the armor. Once the armor's off, you saw that I got that 6515. So these are all critical hits. Make sure that you are hitting the shoulder in the first phase. This boss fight has 3 phases to it, and you'll know that the phase is done because he will basically freeze in the middle and a bunch of ads will spawn in.
Perhaps you will prove worthy of my name after all.
He asks you if you're worthy. Make sure that you're killing all of the ads. This is why the ray gun is just so freaking important, guys. You have to kill the ads, and you have to kill them fast. So you're basically just going to circle around the map. Every time that the phase ends, you're going to get a max ammo. So don't worry about that. But you still should go into the Easter egg with a good amount of money as well. But now in this phase, I'm going to be aiming for his elbows. Even when he has the armor on, I'm still aiming for the elbows because you can still get crits even though the glowing part isn't showing. When he jumps, you need to slide out of the way. That's why Perkaholic is so important, so you can get PhD Flopper. When he jumps, you need to slide out of the way. This is so important. This is why PhD Flopper is so important. There's 2 ways to get PhD Flopper. 1 is in Perkaholic, and 2 is in the Der Wonder Fizz machine, which spawns in the bar in spawn after round 25, just like in Liberty Falls and in Terminus. So at this point in time, I pop my shields up because for 2 minutes, I'm going to get upgraded shield health, which is going to be just really helpful because, again, just like other boss fights, armor plates are kind of scarce. You only get them in between when all the ads are present. That's why I kind of save some ads while I'm fighting the boss. Just the weaker ones, though. The amalgamations and the doppelgasts, I try and take care of right away. But the only way you're getting armor plates is by killing the ads that are just kind of running at you through the boss fight. But it's a heavy mobility type boss. So you are going to need to run around. Make sure you kill these doppelgasts as soon as possible. They really throw a wrench in things. They are what creates the combination to one-shot you. He's just going to keep jumping, and just make sure you keep hitting him in the elbows and keep running around. This is not an easy boss, guys. This reminds me of like Origins or Shadows of Evil or Drak, not Shadows of Evil. But make sure you're using all of your utility. Between the second and third phase, an amalgamation is going to spawn, but before you kill him, he's going to come back to life throwing a wrench in it. This happens every single time. It's like in the design code. So make sure that you're working on him immediately, ignoring all the other ads, and then finish him off as soon as he's done. He does this big hammer throw where now you're going to be flying into the lava in the corner of the map. Make sure when he's about to stomp you, you know, you have your hand on that ether shroud ready to teleport behind him and become invincible. This is the only ability where he's going to ignore you. Idolize does not work in the normal sense. Ether shroud is the only way. So if you're ever low, so you see my health is low again, I hit that ether shroud and I'm running, I get ammo, I get my composure back, and I just keep hitting him. I should be hitting him in the calf right now, but I'm not, because I didn't realize that the calf was the weak spot until I was editing this video. In the third phase, the calf is what glows. See, that doppelgast almost killed me. I have no shield and no health. I pop my mutant injector perfectly. Mutant injector is perfect for this Easter egg only because it gives you invincibility. Do not run up to him and melee him like you do in other Easter eggs. Use your cannon gun. Surprisingly, it does about 17,000 damage to him right in the chest every single time. I don't know how much it does to the ankle. If you guys can test it out and let me know in the comments, that would be great. I'm going to end up redoing this Easter egg with friends of mine, so I will also test it and keep you guys updated. Once you get out of the mutant injector, your health is going to be almost full and you're going to have few armor shields. I'm going to pop my raindrops because it's really important, as well as my idolize, because this boss doesn't really have a lot of health left. Now, keep in mind, when you have idolize, this boss is still going to chase you. He's still going to hit you. He's still going to kill you. The only thing that's different is that the ads are going to leave you alone. I don't know if this is a bug or a feature, but either way, it is a thing that you do need to be aware of. So now you can see that glowing part on his chest and head, this is the final stage. His ankle is not lit up anymore, but his chest and his head are. Once you kill him, I ended up killing him midair. I think he just dies on the ground though. But once you kill him, the amulet is going to come down from the sky and you are going to grab it. And I am going to make sure that the audio is cut out because there are no spoilers in this video. I will put the cutscene in another video, but for this video, it's just going to be a guide. There's going to be no spoilers. There's going to be no cutscenes because I just want to show you guys the steps so you guys can do it on your own. I know you guys like to figure it out on your own without spoilers, but that's it, guys. It took me so many attempts. I failed on this boss like over 10 times. Please like and subscribe. This was so much work. It was so much work. Since the map came out yesterday, I have been hustling and grinding like crazy. 1, trying to figure out the Easter egg, but 2, also trying to finish it solo without friends. 3, trying to edit this together and try and beat the other YouTubers that are out there that already have amazing guides. So I hope that I can compete with them, and I hope that you found this guide useful. I dig into the mechanics a little bit more than all of the other guides that I have seen on the internet, but please like and subscribe, guys. It really, really means a lot to me. I appreciate it. These videos take so much work to do. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day. I will catch you next time. Mom?